Hi, everyone. Welcome to Shimmer Girl Talks. I did a short on this topic that I'm about to talk about today. And it is a lesbian who is talking to women, heterosexual women, telling them what Black men want and don't want. And as I have said before online, ladies, you really have to be careful about the advice from certain women or advice that you take from women. Particularly, I'm talking specifically to women who want husbands. I'm not talking to, you have like this huge echo chamber of not needing a man, not wanting a man, marriage is not a goal. I'm not talking to those women. I'm talking to women who want a husband. So this lady went on to say, first of all, she's part of the Sisterhood, which I've already done a video. I may post it in the description box. I've done a video on why I do not subscribe to the Sisterhood. This woman is a part of the Sisterhood, and she is also in the heterosexual women's echo chamber. And so many women out here, I've noticed, it's like they go after the worst men imaginable. They go after men for superficial reasons. They don't vet properly. They don't try to choose men based on if he's going to be family oriented, if he's husband material, is he father material. And then all of these types of women in the sisterhood, then they get together and then they bash men and talk about how trash and worthless and useless men are, but those same women can't wait to jump into bed with these same men. And that is what I don't understand. And one of the things that I used to say years and years ago online, I used to say the women that I know, and I wasn't even married at that time. I used to say the women that I know who got married first and then had their children, they don't have the arguments that these women out here have. And since being online and especially watching the Kendra G show, I got so much clarity that I didn't necessarily have before. And you don't have to take my word for this. When you watch the Kendra G show, for example, and I've actually have known some women like this in real life that I've worked with or whatever, you have a lot of women who are just having sex. They're not necessarily in a relationship. They're just literally having sex. And then once a pregnancy happens, they expect the man to just turn around and be responsible because she now has to be responsible if she decides to keep the child. And that's not how that works. You can't be with irresponsible, trashy men and oops, babe, I'm pregnant. And all of a sudden he's panicking, he disappears or whatever. But you did not require anything other than his eggplant. So what this lesbian woman was saying was all the toxic traits of these horrible men that so many women, this is what gets me. The men that so many women complain about are the men that so many women birth and then raise. They pick a loser to begin with, tell that loser that either the loser just takes himself out of the equation altogether, or if he doesn't want to be with her because she was just a notch in his belt and she figures that out and he wants to be a part of that child's life, she makes it all kinds of hard or whatever for him. And I know a lot of women be like, can't nobody, you can't make no man not want to see his kid. I'm not part of that world. So obviously a lot of it I don't understand because again, the women that I know who had a man get down on one knee and present her with a ring and they got married and then they had their children, they don't have these arguments that so many Black women have out here about these men. And I know my topic is going to be triggering, but oh well, I'm done being nicety nice. I try to wrap up my words as pretty as I can in a silver bowl with some confetti, and it's still triggering. It's not my tone or anything, it's what I'm saying. Anytime a black woman is told to have to be accountable for something, it's going to be triggering. So you got this lesbian telling y'all that black men don't want wives. They want a woman like their mother. They want somebody that's going to clean up after them. They want to be able to be trash men, cheat or whatever, and still expect you to submit. What kind of men do y'all be dealing with? And how does she know? Maybe she did deal with men at one time and she just decided to go the other way. And that does happen because one of my cousins, may she rest in peace, she was a stud. And some of her girlfriends were previously with men because they had children. But that's another story. I love my cousin, so I'm not trying to diss her or anything. But ladies, I'm talking to the ones of you who want a husband. You really have to be careful about the advice that you're getting from some of these women. As I said in the short, I don't know if it's probably going to be before this video. You have to be careful of the older, bitter women. You have to be careful of the women who never got married. You have to be careful about these lesbian women. And the thing is, I sometimes wonder, and somebody else alluded to this, is that where the whole pick me term came from? From women who don't like men, who don't want men. You have a lot of women out here who have like this love-hate relationship about men. They hate men, but they can't wait to sleep with them. They hate men, but they expect those same men to be this upstanding protector, provider, give her provisions or whatever, but she still hates men deep in her core. And now you have these women of the alphabet community telling y'all, men don't want you as a wife, so she does. Ladies, please be careful out here because it's so much toxicity out here. And as I've said multiple times before, my channel, my platform is a pro-marriage platform because I know that there are good marriages out here. I know that there are good men out here. But women, you have to be a good woman. And that's the problem. That's one of the things that a lot of these women are not telling you. A lot of these women out here are trifling as the day is long, and they expect a different outcome, even though they don't necessarily deserve it because they want to get down low and dirty right along with men, but then they expect to be elevated to a loftier position because they're a woman. And it doesn't work like that. If you're a rat, and I've heard men saying stuff like this, if you're a rat type of a woman, you're not going to be lifted up out of the muck and the mire simply because you think you should be. You're down in the muck and the mire with the man, then they figure, okay, well, you want to be down here with us. So that was my topic for today. Just ladies, the ones of you who want a husband, just be mindful of the advice that you're hearing from different and various women. You have a lot of women out here who don't want men, who hate men, or want to be men, and they're the ones that's trying to give you advice. Be careful. Please like, subscribe, check out my other videos first before you do, and I will talk to you later. Bye.